that the shooting location was actually a police staging area and that counter snipers were inside the building. They saw the shooter acting suspiciously. They took a picture of him. They watched him pull out a rangefinder and take measurements and then disappear. Wouldn't the correct protocol to make sure that the president doesn't go on stage at that point until you find that guy?
There is so many breakdowns. It's mind-boggling how badly they missed. You know that 140 yards from that location to the president's podium is effectively point-blank range with a carbine. I mean, a 12-year-old first-time hunter could make that shot. The fact that there was local law enforcement in the area and they weren't covering is pathetic. So bad on them, but also bad on the Secret Service to not detail one guy to make sure that local law enforcement is doing their job to cover that massive dead space. If you stand at the podium, for the people that were doing the advance work before Trump arrives, to stand at the podium and look around, it's pretty obvious to see that those industrial buildings is what they call the sniper hotel, the likely place the sniper is going to set up shop if someone's going to do something. And apparently they must have sent some local law enforcement there, and they didn't even thoroughly cover or walk around or patrol. It's astounding how bad the bungling was, and we literally dodged a bullet. So it's the infinitesimal variation of aim to miss the president's head, his brain matter, by 2 inches is the margin of error is entirely too small, and that must not ever happen again. And that's just against a 20-year-old idiot with no real professional training. I worry that a professional that sets up at 500 or longer yards with a bigger proper rifle can also provide serious threat. The fact that the Secret Service counter snipers, were apparently looking at the guy for up to a minute and no action was taken, even to include not even getting Trump behind cover, to at least the threat is it doesn't have to be neutralized, but at least interdicted so that he can't hurt anybody. To even have one of those cops go up the ladder, or multiple cops go up the ladder and stop, it's astounding. I hope there is a proper external investigation. We know the federal government is incapable of actually policing itself and of doing an objective, fact-based, non-political, non-ass-covering investigation. So there has to be some external look at this, because unfortunately, I've lost confidence in the federal agencies, and I think you have too.
Yo, that was Glenn Beck's Twitter video. He was talking to real Erik Prince, who was a retired U.S. Navy SEAL, and his perspective, and actually the facts that actually happened, man. And, you know, it was kind of wild to me. I actually listened to Candace Owens. She spoke on this too. She was talking about, like, how diligent and, for the most part, like, they're very overprotective, what they're supposed to, around presidents, because when President Trump was elected in 2016 through 2020, because she was advocating for him, she was around him like 24/7 all the time. She said even her husband was actually stopped by Secret Service at one point when she couldn't even get close to him. So it was just mind-boggling to the fact that, you know, this happened, you know, under their watch. And at the end of the day, like, you know, they didn't, if you listen to the video further on, Glenn Beck, I'm saying Erik Prince was just discussing that, hey, you know, they didn't really secure the whole main access points. You know, they didn't do that correctly. Even though they had the individuals in their scope when they first saw him and he was up there. Some people say he was up there for like 30 minutes, a while. I mean, before he started shooting. It's ridiculous, man. So, you know, there's so many angles and videos, but things are slowly coming out. It's actually, too, some details. So they talked about his sister and everything and his family. But in some videos that was surfacing when he was in school as well. But it's a really sad thing. Like I said, you know, he literally could have lost his life. And it is scary. What about it was a professional, someone that actually knew what they were doing, would have took President Trump out. This is really scary. Personally, I really don't think he should have any rallies at this moment, unless they said they put some plexiglass around him. But I would still address issues of the country inside the comfort of my own home. Something that's very just, I know I'm secure in, instead of going outside for the moment. I mean, I don't think it's going to, hurt his poll numbers, because I understand that as his personality, Donald Trump loves to be around the people. And yes, you do want to hold rallies. You want to be around people. That's what, God made us to be, have tangible and create tangible relationships. But at this moment, for the nature of this case, I stay at home and don't go anywhere on Thursday. But that's just me. That's him to the Secret Service, right, to make that decision. But yeah, this is really interesting here. Credits to Glenn Beck on here doing this interview with Erik Prince. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I love you guys, man. I'm out. Deuces.